There are a lot of stories to follow for those that follow the Las Vegas Raiders. Quarterback Geno Smith is continuing to write his story after reuniting with head coach Pete Carroll. Receiver Dante Thornton looks like a future superstar after scouts criticized his route tree, causing him to get picked in round 4. There are plenty of other stories to follow on this team, but the one I've taken a major interest in is right guard Laki Tasi. His path to this point is much different from most. He came through the International Player Pathway program that started in 2017. Only 6 players from that program have held active roster spots since. The Raiders were probably going to hide him on the practice squad, but might have to make Tasi number 7 soon. Here's why. Athletically, offensive linemen in the NFL need to catch up with defensive linemen. That's why NFL teams are looking for those freak athlete offensive linemen. Tasi is a freak athlete. Before the Raiders picked him up, he measured in at 6'6", 348 pounds, and he's very fast for that size. Unfortunately, there's no 40 time on him, but he has wheels for his size. All you have to do is watch him play rugby and see how fast and athletic he is. His sport requires everyone on the field to be able to run with the football. Athletic freak doesn't always mean good at football though, especially when you don't play as a kid, but it's been done before with a guy that's a lot like Tasi. Jordan Mailata is Samoan born and played rugby in Australia just like Tasi. He's a freak athlete too. At 6'8", 346 pounds, he ran a 5'1", 240. I think Tasi's speed is on that level. Mailata actually got drafted despite having no experience in football. The Philadelphia Eagles picked him in the 7th round and he made the 53-man roster right away. From there, he eventually went on to be an All-Pro in 2024. Seeing that'll make teams jump at the chance to get Tasi. Therefore, I don't think the Raiders will be able to hide Tasi on their practice squad. Tasi already put how physically dominant he could be on tape. In the preseason opener last Thursday, when he was run blocking, you would think he was working for IHOP with all those pancakes he was serving up. Of course, he was doing that against guys that won't be on an NFL roster in a few weeks, but you have to start somewhere. He literally started with guys trying to make an NFL roster. The former rugby player didn't play football in the youth leagues, high school, or college. The preseason opener was his first football game of any sort. If a player can show that kind of physical dominance in his first game in the NFL, teams are going to bet on him. You already know Mailata's Tasi's pro comparison, so the Raiders have to develop him while he's on the 53-man roster. He already understands the low man wins from playing rugby, so he's a knee bender. He has good feet and long arms for pass pro too. His biggest hurdle is going to be learning and understanding the playbook. So how has picking the playbook up been for him? He was asked about that at the presser today.
Yeah, it's been really scary for me. It's like at the start it wasn't easy to start to learn from the defensive side. Now I switched to offense. The whole playbook of the offense is just crazy to me, especially with the numbers and the words that you got to know and the assignments you got to go through the field. So, but yeah, I was struggling at the start, but then when I had the voice to speak up to the coaches, say, hey, I need help with the plays. So yeah, that's the easy part to get me work through. So yeah.
And this is what he said he thinks of his knowledge of football.
Right now at the moment it will be 7.5. I was at 2. Yeah, I was at 2 or 1. I know a little bit of football at the start, so that was because I was learning at the defensive side. I thought I was confident on learning defenses, but when Pete Carroll came up to me hey, we want you to play in offense, so that's how I came through. So yeah.
They asked him how much his rugby background helps him with football now, and this is what he said.
It's been helping me a lot, especially with how the players go, especially the veterans. It's very aggressive on the field. Have that mindset on the field. You just gotta be ready at all costs, and once you make wrong mistakes, you just gotta think about, hey, what's the next play? You just gotta know what's the next thing, what's your next job. That's how my mindset's gotta go through right now in this NFL. So yeah.
And this is how he feels about how he played in his first NFL action.
I feel like I still need to learn more on the ball game. So, especially I was looking through the tapes and I got to work on my footwork and hand placement. So there's some stuff I got to work on, but at least there's some positive on the media saying this kid only learned a couple months. It's just it's how far you came through and get on the field and work with your teammates. So yeah, that was a positive thing I looked through in the media. So yeah.
Then he was asked how it was going from playing rugby without pads to playing football with pads.
Yeah, putting on the pads on the first day, it was like really dreadful for me because going on the field, like you got 10 pound pads on you and a helmet on top of you, so yeah, it wasn't easy for me just to get through it, but I got to get used to it, and that's the main thing. That was tough, I can't lie, but I just got used to it throughout the whole camp and the OTA. So yeah.
He has a very unique set of movement skills, so he was asked if he played any other sports besides rugby and football.
Yeah, I was playing basketball in high school. I wasn't great, It's just I was very unfair on the court. It's just sweating, having my sweat on the floor, like having the other players trip down. But yeah, that was the other sport I was playing. But yeah, that was it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and of course there's the question about Mayata, the guy whose footsteps he's walking in. This is what he means to Tasi.
Yeah, he's probably the biggest inspiration for me. Seeing him at the camp at the IPP International Players Pathway, he's really good on his own words, like telling me like wherever you go to, wherever team you go to, make sure you work hard and just prove people wrong, because that's how you win in life. So it's just enjoying my life. Now that he won the Super Bowl, that just proves a lot from all the international players that can go through NFL. So yeah, hopefully one day I can do that. So yeah.
Oh my goodness, I absolutely love this kid and can't wait to see him grow as a player. When he learns how to use all the tools he has, he is going to be a monster. His pancake on the nose tackle in the preseason opener was something else. Not all pancakes were created equally. Defensive linemen usually get driven back a few yards before they fall, but this guy's legs buckled and he fell as soon as Tasi hit him. The inertia he can create just coming off the ball is amazing, and just think, he's only going to get better. He just has to study and learn that playbook. Thank you for watching. See you next time.